MC Starman here from beautiful Duncan. The sun is peeking through the clouds. So I was just meditating on this new workshop, this new video series, Jung and Dreams, that we're presenting. I have a new quote for you today, and we were just talking with Alan about maybe actually starting to introduce dream material itself. And so if if you have a dream that you would like us to cover in this segment, or we can have some live dream analysis, but I think as we evolved, we're going to start introducing that. But for now, we're just introducing to you different concepts of Jungian psychology. And why does an astrologer do dream work? Why? Because they're very different disciplines, and yet Jung's work taught a practice of amplification and association that we use in chart analysis and in dream analysis. And so in a sense, dreams and astrology deal with that side of our personality that is still unconscious to us. And so in that sense, they interrelate with each other. So in the healer and the dreamer astrology, we mix the discipline of dream analysis and astrology. And then, so here we are discussing a quote from On the Nature of Dreams, a book that was published with different of Jung's writing on dreams. And this is called The Structure of the Dream. It's from page 493. And this deals with the structure. How do we look at the structure of a dream? And of course, because dreams are a product of the unconscious, they don't follow rules per se. So, one has to develop an eye for understanding the structure of the dream. So here's Jung speaking to that. Nevertheless, there are great many average dreams in which a definite structure can be perceived, not unlike that of a drama. The dream begins with a statement of place. Next come a statement about the protagonists. Statements of time are rarer. I call this phase of the dream the exposition. It indicates the scene of action, the people involved, and often the initial situation of the dreamer. In the second phase comes the development of the plot. The situation is somehow becoming more complicated, and a definite tension develops because one does not know what will happen. The third phase brings the culmination or peripetia. Here something decisive happens or something changes completely. The fourth and last phase is the lysis, the solution or result produced by the dream work. The last phase shows the final situation, which is the same as the solution sought by the dreamer. And in dream analysis, you experience this. So here Jung breaks, and there are different parts in his work where he divides the dream in different. This is just one of the quotes, and then we'll go through some more as we go along. But here the dream is divided into 4 parts. So there's the statement. So usually the first, few sentences in a dream, the first few symbols in a dream, they make a statement of place of the protagonist. Where are you as an individual? What is going on? Usually the first couple of sentences, the first couple of scenes, they set the stage, Usually I'm here, I'm doing that. That's usually the client comes to you and he's, that first part of the dream, it tells you where the psychophysical state of the individual is with. It's the statement, the original statement of the exposition. What is this dream going to be about? Then there's the development of the plot. So then the plot starts to develop, and then there seems to be a tension arising. That tension is usually the confrontation of the opposites within the person, and it addresses, again, dreams are compensatory. They seek to compensate. They seem to improve the conscious attitude. So if the dream seeks to improve the conscious attitude, in that development, there is symbolically a statement of what tension is there in the conscious personality. So that development of the plot is really important in understanding what is being put into question. Then there's the culmination, the third phase, where now the drama has unfolded and we can see exposed clearly what is the psychic conflict in the individual. And you can see how it would be really good to have dream examples to that. So as we move along, we're going to introduce dream examples to go along with these quotes. And then the fourth is the solution. And that is the message that the unconscious seeks to give to the consciousness. So first we add the statement of place and the protagonist and the psychic situation of the individual. Then there's the development that sets the scene. Then there's the culmination of the drama. And then usually there's at the end the commentary, how, as to what it is that the dream is seeking to contribute to this tension. And so the dream really manifesting the conscious tension that exists in the individual in a symbolic manner within the dream. And so that would be the structure of the dream and how to look at the dream and how to see it. And sometimes, it won't be exactly in that order and exactly in that way, but usually the first is the statement of where the person is at. 2, it's the development of the story. Now we're starting to see where the tension is. 3, the unfolding of the story that really, like Jung says, like very much like a drama, so this the culmination of the drama, and then the conclusion brings about the realization. That's where we get the aha moment. Oh, this is what the unconscious is saying. These are the adjustments that I need to make. So I'll read the quote again for you. Nevertheless, there are a great many average dreams in which a definite structure can be perceived, not unlike that of a drama. The dream begins with a statement of place. Next comes a statement about the protagonist. Statements of time are rarer. I call this phase of the dream. So like statements of times are rarer. Sometimes and Jung treats dreams like that, and I've had dreams myself where there's a statement about something happened 6 months ago. Usually if you take that timeline and you go back to the individual and see what happened 6 months ago or 6 months in the future, you will see the root, the seed of the dream. In one particular dream, Jung talks about, or the client tells Jung about the birth of a new baby. And so Jung has her look back 9 months ago, and 9 months ago, the inception of the creative process took place in this individual, and now this baby, this creative impulse was being born. So in that way, we have statements of time as well. So this original phase, I call this phase of the dream the exposition. It indicates the scene of action, the people involved, and often the initial situation of the dreamer. In the second phase comes the development of the plot. The situation is somehow becoming more complicated, and a definite tension develops because one does not know what will happen. The third phase brings the culmination or peripetia. Here, something decisive happens or something changes completely. The fourth and last phase is the lysis, the solution or result produced by the dream work. The last phase shows the final situation, which is the same as the solution sought by the dreamer. Thanks for joining me for this study in dreams. Now we have a playlist you can listen to. I think now we have 7 or 8 dream quotes up. We'll continue, and gradually as we move along, we'll introduce some dream material. Thank you for supporting the healer and the dreamer. Thank you, Helen, for doing the recording and facilitating all this work. We'll see you guys soon.